Hello everyone, happy to see you here. Welcome back to my channel. Hi, I'm Mathematics. Today we have great exponential equations 3 to the a minus 2 to the a equal to 5. We need to solve this question for a, so if you have your solution, your answer, you can also write it in the comments below. It will be really interesting to read about it and of course to check our answers in the end of the video. Okay, so let's start. First of all, let's rewrite this left side. So I want to do a little bit tricky move right here. So instead of 3 to the a, I want to write the next expression, square root of 3 to the a and raised to the power 2 minus square root of 2 to the a and raised to the power 2 equal to 5. And a lot of students may be asking why I changed this expression, but I didn't change it, I just write it in a different way. And if you can see right here, we can easily cancel this second power with this square root sign, so basically we will have the same expression. Right now, I want to rewrite this square root sign because everyone knows that square root is power 1/2. So that's why right here we can write as 3 to the power a over 2. Yes, 3 to the power a over 2 raised to the power 2 and minus 2 to the power a over 2 raised to the power 2. And of course from this angle you can easily see that I didn't change anything right here because we can easily raise this expression to the power 2. We have 3 to the a because we cancel these two, we cancel these two right here. So basically we have absolutely the same expression. But right now we can consider this as a difference of squares because 3 to the power a over 2, if we call it, for example, we can call it as a, yeah, and this one we can call as b right here. Yeah, of course we have the same a, but I don't mean this thing. I mean that this is difference of squares, a square minus b square. Okay, so we can write as a substitution. So let our 3 to the power a over 2 is equal to a and 2 to the power a over 2 is equal to b. So right now we have a square minus b square is equal to 5. And a square minus b square, this is our identity. This is our identity, and we can write it as a minus b times a plus b. A minus b times a plus b. And on the left side we have a product of two values, two constant. We don't know exactly what it is, but first parenthesis times another parenthesis. And right now, let's write, instead of this 5, let's try to combine, let's try to find these all combinations. How can we write this 5? First of all, 5 is a prime number, so we can easily write it as 1 times 5. Yeah, and basically we can write it as 5 times 1. This is, we can write it in terms of prime number. So there is no other combination, but if we want to solve this question completely, we need to mention that we can also use our negative values, minus 1 times minus 5, and we can write it as minus 5 times minus 1. We are working with the exponential function, so that's why we're interested only in a positive value. So that's why we reject this branch with the negative values, and we reject this branch with the negative values because exponential function are positive. We're not talking about negative values. So right now we have only two cases. The first one, 1 and 5, and 5 and 1. So we want to split it in two branches. So the first branch right here, this is our a minus b equal to 1 and a plus b equal to 5. This is our first branch. Second branch, absolutely symmetrical. We have a minus b equal to 5 and a plus b is equal to 1. Okay, really great. So basically let's solve it. So let's solve this both system of equations. So solution right here, solution. So how can we solve it? Very quickly, when we add both equations, we can easily cancel this b, so we have 2a, the first system of equation. We solve the first one, so 2a equal to 6, yeah? And from here, a is equal to 3, but we need to solve it for b as well, so b equal to 5 minus a, so equal to 5 minus 3 equal to 2. So we have first pair, we have 3 and 2. So let's write it right here. So 3 and 2, this is our first pair. And second pair, this is our this equation. So 2a equal to 6, so the same beginning, 2a equal to 6. And a equal to 3, of course, a equal to 3. But in terms of b is equal to 1 minus a. So exactly in this case, we have 1 minus 3 equal to minus 2. But as I said before, we are not interested in negative values. So that's why it's because this expression, so 2 to the power a over 2 equal to b, but 2 to the power a over 2 is not equal to minus 2. So that's why we reject this branch. Of course, a is great, but if you're talking about b, minus 2 is not good for us. So we reject this, rejected, because right here 2 to the power a over 2 equal to minus 2, so this is no way. Of course, we can solve it in terms of complex numbers, but yeah, in general, we are interested in real number roots, so that's why we reject it. Okay, so we need to solve this part. We have two pairs, 3 and 2. So first of all, let's rewrite our substitution, because in the beginning we had that 3 to the power a over 2 equal to a. Yeah, we have the 2a, but doesn't matter. I hope you understand that this is our first coefficient. This is our coefficient 3. And 2 to the power a over 2 equal to b, but b equal to 2. So that's why we have two equations. 3 to the power a over 2 equal to 3, and 2 to the power a over 2 equal to 2. So we have two equations, and it's really easy to solve this part right now, because 3 to the power a over 2 equal to 3 to the power first, 2 to the power, we have the same basis. So basically we can write equations, and equations are absolutely the same, because we have a over 2 is equal to 1. So from here a is equal to 2. This is our root to this question. And right now let's check this root real quick. We have a equal to 2, so let's write it, for example, on the bottom. So we have check. Let's check it, and in the end I will show you the second method. So we have 3 to the a minus 2 to the a equal to 5. That's why 3 square, yeah, we have 3 square minus 4 square equal to 5, which is absolutely correct, because 9 minus, and sorry, right here we have 2, so 9 minus 4 is equal to 5, which is absolutely correct. And a few thoughts about this question, because basically you can easily solve this question by inspection. You can easily write this question, you can easily plug in 2, you can check, okay, a equal to 1, a equal to 2, a equal to 3, and of course you can easily solve this question. But this is inspection method. I recommend you to use this inspection method, for example, if you like run out of time on your exam and you hurry up and you need to solve something, you need to write something, then maybe you can get some points from here. But my recommendation is to solve this question completely. So if you have this type of question, for example, on your exam, try to do something like difference of squares, try to factor something, and of course with this solution you can get more points, because you split it, you use identity, you solve two system of equation, and you solve this question completely, because you get closer and closer to this root a equal to 2, and you show how you get closer to these roots. You use different combination and you solve this question completely. So that's my quick note for you. Don't solve this question by inspection method. Okay, I want to show you the second method, but this method is not good, because this is also an inspection method, but basically maybe you run out of time in your exam, you can write 3 to the a minus 2 to the a equal to 5. If you like run out of time, you have like a few seconds, you can write 3 to the a minus 2 to the a, and you know, okay, 3 square and 4 square and 2 square equal to 4, so you can write this 5 as 9 minus 4, because 9 can be written as 3 square, yeah. You can write it as 3, and 4 can be written as 2 square. So basically we create the same constant right here and right here, and basically a is equal to 2. This is only one case. So I hope you understand this quick. This is like a quick tip. If you run out of time, you can also use this method. But in general, I recommend you to use this one. If you have any question, write your question in the comments below. It will be really interesting to read about it. Write your thoughts about this method. Write your notes. Maybe you have your notes to this one. Maybe you have some thing you want to say, you want to write in the comments below. It will be really interesting to read about it. Here's my solution. Here's my thoughts about this. So I want to write answer a is equal to 2. And of course, my quick recommendation, do not use inspection method, because I'm not sure how many points you can get from this solution or from this one. Of course, if you have time, try to spend 5 minutes, try to do something, try to learn something, and then you can get even more points to this question. Of course, there is another way how can we solve it according to geometry perspective, but I do not recommend you geometry perspective. Of course, you can easily add to this algebraic solution. You can easily add geometric perspective. It will be even more. You can get even more points from this part with the geometric perspective if you draw a graph and if you show like point of intersection and the other thing. Yeah, so it was my thoughts, if you my notes about this question. Thank you for your time, have a great day, and see you in the next videos.